Challenge your opponents in this deck management game, tournament style in this standalone expansion, Challenges Beach Cup.
And today we'll be teaching you how to play Challenges Beach Cup, game designed by Johannes and Marcus Slavicek and published by Pretzel Games.
And hello everyone, it's Stella.
And Tarrant here from Meeple University.
Alright, let's go to the classroom.
Challenges Beach Cup, the standalone and cross-compatible sequel to Challenges, is the ultimate tournament. Players will build and curate a deck which represents their powerful team. Then face off against each other in 7 rounds of one-on-one capture the flag battles, all in the aim of winning trophies and fans. After 7 minor round encounters, the 2 players with the most fans will face off in the grand final for winner-takes-all Challenges glory. To set up, give each player a 6-card starter deck and the tournament plan card which shows the same icon and your player count. Lay out each beach mat whose icon appears anywhere on a player's plan card, ideally leaving a few card widths between them. On each beach, place its flag and 7 numbered trophies, stacked from 7 to 1. Each of these has a hidden but variable and generally increasing number of fans shown on its back. Keep a supply of standalone fan tokens nearby for later use. Prepare the decks by taking from the box the 20-card rainbow set and any 5 of the 6 40-card coloured sets. Separate each set into A's, B's and C's, and then shuffle all matching lettered cards together. This will provide a big deck each of A's, B's and C's with a space for the deck and a space for discards. In the basic game, leave all other cards aside and you're now ready to play. In Challenges, you will play 7 one-on-one battles against your various opponents, trying to win trophies and fans. And before each battle, you'll be hunting through the common decks of cards in search of better cards and players for your team. Most of the decisions you'll make as a player will take place during this deck building phase. The battles themselves are actually mostly resolved automatically. So to give you some context, we'll first have a look at how a basic battle works. For this example, I've assembled 2 very simple decks of cards, using only cards with no special abilities. Each player shuffles their entire deck and places it in a pile at the centre of their side of the beach. Each battle will have a designated first player. That player flips the top card from their deck into the arena and places the flag on it. That card is considered in flag possession and it has a power equal to the number in its corner. The other player is now on the attack and flips cards one at a time, adding up the powers of the cards flipped until the total power of these cards is equal to or greater than the power of the flag possessor. Once this happens, square up all of the cards so that only the last card played is visible. Give the flag to that card. That top card, and only that card, not any of the ones beneath it, is now in flag possession. The card which lost flag possession, as well as any cards which might be stacked under it, are now moved to seat spaces on the owner's right-hand side of the arena. Each card must be played either into an empty seat or into a seat containing cards of the same name. That player is now on the attack and takes the same steps, flipping cards one at a time until the total power of the flipped cards meets or exceeds the power of the card in flag possession. Here, for example, even though we know that this stack holds 5 total power, the flag possessor's power is only 2, so this card would be enough to reclaim the flag and force the opponent to bench all of its players. Again, take note, cards of the same name share a seat, even if the cards themselves are of different colours or sets. This player once again goes on the attack. Continue going back and forward until one of 2 things happens. Either a player is on the attack and runs out of cards without capturing the flag, or if a player who has just lost the flag does not have enough legal seats to bench all of their cards. A player who meets either of these fates loses the match, the other player wins and claims the trophy. So now that we know how to play a match, let's look at how to play the tournament. The tournament is played over a total of 7 rounds, and to begin each round there will be the deck phase. The tournament card shows you which of the 3 decks you can draw from in this round. In round 1, all players will draw from deck A. In round 2, players may choose whether to draw from deck A and gain 2 fans as a bonus, or from deck B. You cannot mix and match, you will only ever draw from a single deck in any given round. Draw 5 cards from your chosen deck. Add a number of your drawn cards to your deck based on what's shown for the current round. So in round 1, for example, you'd add 3 A cards. Round 2 is 2 A cards or a B card. Discard all of the others. Once during the deck phase, you may discard all of the cards which you've drawn but are yet to pick, and then redraw the same number of cards. So, for example, as soon as you drew your 5 cards, you could discard them all and draw another 5. Or I could, for example, draw my 5 cards, choose one of them to add into my deck, discard the other 4, and then draw 4 new cards and continue picking. But you may only do this redraw once, and at the end must have picked the number of cards depicted for this round. If you selected a card which has a when picked effect, you'll resolve that effect now, but never again. Finally, look through your entire deck, and you may optionally discard any number of these cards from the game permanently. This is not mandatory. You can have a deck of any size, but remember you only have 6 seats in which to put differently named characters, and so you may want to curate your deck with that rule in mind. Now check the tournament plan, and this will tell you which of the beach mats you'll be playing at for this match, and you should pick up all of your cards and resources and physically move to one of the seats at your gaming table which adjoins that mat. If either player at that playmat has a strictly higher trophy number than the other player, that player will play first in this match. Otherwise, flip the flag token and make a choice of black or white to determine first player. Play the match as described before, distribute the trophy to the winner, and then move on to the next deck phase. After 7 minor round matches, players reveal their trophies and add the fans on those to any other fans they've gained. The top 2 players advance to the grand final. If tied, choose the player with the most trophies, and if still tied, the player with the trophy with the single highest round number. The 2 finalists will resolve an abbreviated deck phase. They won't add any new cards to their decks, but they can remove cards if they wish. Choose the first player by the normal rules, and then resolve one final winner-takes-all match. The winner of the match is the champion of the Challengers season. Cards in Challengers come with a variety of abilities written in text at the bottom of the card. And unless otherwise stated, resolving them to their maximum possible effect is mandatory. If a card has no bold effect, then you'll resolve it as soon as it comes into play. And this could be a once-off immediate effect, or a conditional passive effect. For example, the puppet counts as +2 power if there is a card beneath it. So right now this is a 4 power card and a 7 power total. If this card wins the flag, then this power is still in effect. This will be a 4 power card which the other player is trying to beat. On the other hand, the effects of a card with a bold keyword are limited to a specific phase of the game. The quarterback gains +1 power for each of your fans, and this counts only your star fans, not the ones on trophies, during the attack. That means the card's power is 4 until you've claimed the flag, at which point the attack is over and its power reduces to 1, making it easy for the opponent to take the flag away. An in-flag possession effect works the opposite way. This counts as 3 power during an attack, but if this is the card which claims the flag, it will count as 6 for the purposes of it being taken away. A no flag win effect is resolved only if, when you play that card in attack, it was not enough to win the flag. For example, here if I were trying to beat a 2, I'd be able to resolve this effect. From the bench is a passive ability which will come into play as soon as that player is on the bench. And any other timing condition will be marked as special. There are many effects which will make reference to your exhaust pile, and this is a third pile of face-up cards which you place to the right of your main deck. Cards in your exhaust pile don't take any further part in this match. They essentially have no effect unless some other card combos off them. But at the end of each match, you get to gather up all the cards from your bench, the arena, your main deck, and your exhaust pile to form your full deck. Finally, there are some cards which combo directly with other cards of the same set, and for these purposes, rainbow cards are considered wild. If you're playing a 2-player game, you won't play a grand final. It's simply whoever has the most fans after 7 rounds who wins the game. You should keep your trophies face up. And if one player ever has 11 more fans than the other player after a match, then you can end the tournament early on the mercy rule. If you're playing with an odd number of players, then you'll need to use the grey robot deck to bring the total number of challenges up to an even number. At the start of the tournament, you'll form a robot starting deck of Alpha, Beta, Goodbot, Champ, and 4 cyborgs. You can return all of the other robot cards to the box. This deck never changes, although the strength of the cyborg cards will change from round to round. If you're playing against the robot in a match, shuffle up the robot's deck and resolve them yourself as you would a human player. You can make the robot more challenging by replacing the Alpha and or Beta cards with a random card from the R deck. Beach Cup comes with the Trainers expansion. There are a number of these green-backed trainer cards which you can keep in these double-sided sleeves. Deal 2 or 3 to each player in setup, and the player chooses the one they wish to keep. A trainer with this icon has a once per round during attack effect, which you can resolve before flipping the card over. And a trainer with this icon has an ongoing passive effect. The trainers make you more powerful, and so if you're playing with the robot, add this 5th marked cyborg card to the robot's deck. Finally, if you own both Challengers and Challengers Beach Cup comes with cards enabling you to set up an even larger tournament among 9 to 16 players. You'll split up into 2 tables to play your minor round matches and a semi-final on your table before each table's winner comes together for the grand final. Be aware that the Dog starter card has changed between Challengers and Challengers Beach Cup, and so Beach Cup comes with replacement dog cards for all of the original game's dogs. And that's how to play Challengers Beach Cup.
Thanks so much for watching. Your like and comments are much appreciated. Subscribe to see what's coming, and hopefully you have a wonderful day. See you next time.